Okay, it is 6 o'clock, so we will call the meeting to order. Can everyone please stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alicia, could you please do a roll call?
Yep. Lori Blargen.
Here.
Ian McDonald.
Here.
Matt Kukal. Lacey Oster.
Here.
Bruce Blargen.
Here.
Sherry Link.
Here.
Marge Below. Here.
Our district mission, together we engage, educate, and empower all learners, bridging their passions to pathways to create successful futures that positively contribute to our local and global communities. Looking at our agenda, is there a motion to approve our agenda this evening?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I have not had any requests for open forum. Did you have anything, Shannon? Okay. So moving on, we'll look at our reports. Do we have our, we'll see if they come in. If they come in, we'll let them.
I haven't heard they're not coming,
Okay.
so I'm
And
not
me
sure
either, so.
where they
Okay.
are, but.
Well, we'll fit
can-
them in
Okay.
if they come. Awesome. And our listening session, it was Marge and Lori, I believe.
And Bruce was
And
here
Bruce.
as well.
Were there any people attending?
We did have one person, I was just turning my sound off so
Oh,
it didn't
yeah, no.
ring in the middle. We had one individual attend for about the first 10 minutes. She said the scoop has been very helpful with news about the upcoming school board election, so thank you, Shannon and Alicia. And she is interested in organizing a public forum for community members to meet the school board candidates and listen to their answers to some questions. So she will be contacting the 4 candidates and trying to set something up.
Okay.
She also, isn't she asking when she thought we might have, because I know the school usually asks questions. She was wondering when that would be
In the scoop.
in the scoop as well.
Oh, having the candidates answer questions?
Yep.
Like to meet the candidates.
Yeah, we had actually talked about that a week or two ago. I don't think we had a date set yet, but I don't know who was here earlier. Is it someone that maybe could reach out to me, or?
Well, we just told her it'll probably be in March.
Okay.
But yeah, we
Perfect.
can give you their contact
Okay,
information
great.
later.
And there used to be an open house, wasn't there, of that nature for school board candidates?
Something with,
Oh,
one year
the
the Chamber
chamber.
of Commerce
Yes.
put one on. But that does not happen typically. That was,
1 year.
yeah.
Well, and I remember reaching out, asking when I was running if there was anything, and there wasn't anymore. So maybe that's something to look into, because I do think it's nice.
So I was just at a chamber meeting last week, and they actually have a couple people that I think were working on trying to organize something. So
Oh.
I do think maybe it's coming back, so
Okay.
more to come, I guess.
Thank you guys for attending the listening session.
Mhm.
Shannon, your superintendent report.
Yeah. I actually don't have a ton, but I'm going to go through a couple things. So referendum 2023 update. So the website is officially live on the front page of our district webpage. There's not a ton on there yet, but I would say in the coming week or two we'll be able to add a little bit more information. Some initial information is there. People are looking for a little bit of background history in terms of some of the projects, but more will be added soon. Tax impact information. So there was a little bit of a hiccup with the advisor that we're working with through PMA. My plan was last Thursday we had a meeting scheduled that he had to cancel, and we couldn't reschedule until tomorrow. So we have had an initial meeting with him, kind of talked about a variety of scenarios, looking at all kinds of components that go along with trying to determine the tax impact. So I'm hoping by the end of this week I'll be able to send something out to the board and obviously start making that public, but unfortunately I didn't have it for this meeting in time due to circumstances beyond our control.
So is that a tab on the main page?
Yep, so if you go to the main page on the
Referendum
left,
2023.
referendum 2023.
When you click on it,
Yep.
it's saying that we need access.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let
So-
Brandon fix it. Okay,
Request access.
Good thing you're testing it out.
Yes.
That would make sense, because when I click on it, it comes up, but Alicia, you and I have access, so,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, we will get that fixed ASAP here. So, working on setting a community meeting date, putting together our printed materials that'll be coming to people in the mail, continuing to update district Facebook, Spartan Scoop. In a couple weeks, we'll be making an updated video, so lots of things coming. Continuing to encourage people to really kind of focus on information coming out from the district in terms of ensuring that's the most accurate and factual information that you can get regarding all the details. So more to come on that. So number 2, just wanted to kind of put this in here for your awareness. So I linked a letter that was created by the CISA 11 superintendents with the intent that the superintendents help distribute this in their communities to their school boards, etc. Really just trying to encourage people to reach out to legislators regarding our current budgetary status across the state in terms of knowing that the biennial budget's coming up, kind of outlining struggles the schools are facing due to the freeze the last 2 years, and really just encouraging people that are in a position to make those decisions to be fully aware of how that's impacting schools currently and potentially in the future. So if you haven't had a chance to read it, that's okay. It's there for you to take a look at. I plan on putting this letter in the Scoop this week, sending it out to families, just again trying to get the word out there for, trying to get some awareness to, the struggles that obviously not just Somerset, but basically every school in Wisconsin is facing with the fiscal cliff that's coming due to ESSER dollars. And again, the last 2-year freeze has been really hard. So, but I'm excited about at least being able to put this information out and get some information out to people just for awareness, if nothing else, if people aren't kind of in the know of the current status.
Shannon, I
Yep.
did read this.
Yep.
And it wasn't very clear who the letter was to
Mhm.
and the purpose. And I was wondering if at the beginning, you could maybe say something like, dear Somerset School District community
Sure.
members or
Mhm.
something, so they realize that you're asking them to do something.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
We had talked several times about sending a letter
Mhm.
from the board.
And even just like specific, who do we send it to? I
Mhm.
think, or, I think if people have it there more at their fingertips, it would be a little bit.
Yep, I can add some information about that too. I had a meeting scheduled today with an assemblyman that didn't show up. So
She didn't show up.
I'm gonna keep trying. So I just have 2 more quick things before Addie's gonna take it away here. You must have come just from basketball. Huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm really late.
Yeah, sorry. So summer school update. So at the February 13th meeting, I will bring some formal information about our plan for summer school this year. Renee Chapek and Lisa Holler are heading that again, have done a great job. They sent out a survey to families through the Scoop. We received, about 360 responses, which is pretty good. Just trying to get a little bit of input from families regarding start dates, how many weeks people ideally would like summer school to go, 5 days a week, 4 days a week, which has been really good information. So we're kind of taking all that in now. We're discussing it actually tomorrow as an admin team to make some final decisions. And then I'll bring a little bit more information to you on the 13th, but really just want to let you know that big conversations are happening, starting to gather some information from teachers about who's coming back to teach and those kinds of things, because it'll be here very quick. My last thing is kind of odd, but I wanted your input on those 4 plaques on the wall. Meaning, they have not been updated for a very long time. We're having a little bit of difficulty finding the matching set, I guess for lack of a better word, in terms of kind of where those came from. And wondering your thoughts as a board, and you don't have to tell me tonight, and you can just email me if you have thoughts, but obviously we want to maintain the recognition and the celebration of those staff members that served our district for such a long time. Wondering if, should we, continue in this format? We had an idea of potentially putting something on our website where we can scan in all the pictures and, do something that way too. We'd like to make it a little bit more visible, frankly. As you can see, we don't get very many people that come in this room anymore. So I'm open to some ideas of how else we can honor the names and the faces that we have up here, knowing that certainly we're going to have more. And what else does that look like? This really just popped on my radar the other day because I was doing something over there and I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, those are super outdated. And we want them to be updated, we want them to be accurate, we want to do that celebration. Your thought that we don't have to have a big discussion about it, but if you have any strong input of like, hey, or maybe the history, Lori, maybe you know too, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to just let you know that I
Yeah.
have had staff members specifically say to me that they're disappointed that their picture isn't up there,
Yeah,
and they want it to be.
100%. So I
And,
think,
Tammy Wishart might be a good person to ask about the source.
okay. Because we were kind of stuck, so that was one person we haven't talked to. So we want to make sure that we're honoring the right way. This has been stalled for whatever reason, I don't know why, but we want to get it fixed, and I'm trying to wrap my head around the best way to do that because we want it to be public. We want people to know it and see it and be able to recognize, so, and maybe it's both, maybe it's something on our website and continuing to do this, great. So if you have a strong feeling, I'll find out how to connect with Tammy, that's a good start, but I just want to put it on the radar because it's been sitting empty for a long time.
I also
So-
have contact information for Diane Beeler.
Oh, great. Send it my way. Do you have Tammy's info?
Yep.
Great. I'll take them both and we'll see if we can get some action going, so. Perfect. That's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, Abby, thank you
Yeah.
for,
Yes.
I'll go ahead
Did you catch your breath?
and.
All right.
All right, can I get your slideshow?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, January. Victoria is at volleyball, so she won't be here tonight. Okay, for some high school things, the cheer team had a meet in Edina, and they got first in the non-tumble. And then girls basketball is currently 13-3. We just beat Elk Mound, who was undefeated, on Saturday. And then tomorrow we play Prescott, and if we win, that will be for conference champs. So that would be fun. And then robotics had a tournament, and they hosted 5 teams. And then dance team scored first in kick and hip hop at their last meet. And right now we're just we've just finished finals, and then starting our semester and getting all our new schedules and everything. A little bit more is Shrek the Musical is underway, and they will perform the first weekend of March. They're already decorating the NPR, which is looking really cool. And then juniors have been working on ACT prep in their chemistry class and AP Lang classes. And then we just rescheduled Reward Day because it got canceled because of weather when we were supposed to have it. We just rescheduled it for February 10th. And then to go to that, you have to have a C or better and all your missing work in. And then student council is working on Polar Days right now, the dance, what we're gonna do for that, and then different activities we're gonna do at school. Okay, and then at the elementary school, they just had their first all-school community service project. They made over 400 sandwiches and donated them to the Somerset Food Pantry. And then kindergartners made decorations to decorate the food pantry. And then right now they're just getting used to the next semester. Miss Philippi said that they try to make it like the first day of school all over again for second semester, or whatever they call it, I guess. And then they celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And then here's some pictures of them all making the sandwiches in class and everything. And then middle school also students programmed robots during their target time. And then in early January, middle school had a wrestling meet. And cheer also had a showcase. I think that's it. Yep, yes. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank
you.
Yes.
Where's the game tomorrow night?
In Prescott.
Okay, continuing to move on, any questions regarding the financial reports or enrollment report that is attached? Okay, moving on then to consenting of the minutes, board bills, personnel, employee sick bank, food purchases, support staff, inclement weather days, and open enrollment. There is a couple pieces that weren't in our work session, which regularly does not happen. So if you have any questions regarding those, it was due to just a meeting that was rather recent and a request. So any questions or discussion regarding any of those items?
Was I confused, or is D1 and 2 the same thing?
No, they're two different
Two different.
things. One is from
So I must have
Trish.
not, all right.
Are you talking about D or E?
D's and dog.
D, yeah, those are two separate sick banks, one is a new
Oh,
one
I'm sorry.
and one
I
is
was
an
thinking
additional,
B.
10 days for someone who already had 10 days approved.
Gotcha.
It is confusing because
I thought I
there's no
read the same thing
names.
twice.
Yeah,
You did, but for two different people.
Mhm.
Is there a motion to approve those items?
I'll make a motion to approve 4A, 1 and 2, B1, C1 and 2, D 1 and 2, E1 and 2, F1, and G1.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion regarding that motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, looking at general information, our next meeting will be February 13th. That's a work session, and then our regular session will be February 27th with the listening session 30 minutes prior. I believe we have at least one person signed up for that listening session. So we'll go ahead to our once around the table. Bruce, do you want to start us out?
Sure. I don't have anything.
Okay. Sheree?
The CISA 11 agency administrator is going to be retiring this at the end of his contract this year. So Jerry Walters is leaving, and they will be looking to replace him for our CISA district here. And my apologies for missing the meeting. We were out of town. I was able to watch it. And I just have to say how proud I am to be on a school board that just works so well together. And it was just really, you know, as an outsider watching in, I'm honored to be on this group. So thank you guys for being an awesome school board.
Marge? Lori?
I'm good, thank you.
Ian?
Oh, I agree, we're awesome.
No, I think that that's a great thing. We've, I think, all worked hard to try to get where we are right now, so.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Quick. The 27th, is there the music festival or arts festival that day? Is that the 27th as well? Do you know?
I'm not sure if it'll be on here, but.
For the next month, I think this is
Yeah.
still January.
Sorry.
Fine Arts Festival, February 27th.
What time's that at?
At the high school, it says 6:30 to 8:30. At the, yeah, it's listed 3 times. One says middle school, same times though.
I think the
So it's
different
listed for
level,
the high school, the middle school, and the district.
different
but
levels
it's
perform, I think, at different times.
Mhm.
6:30 to 8:30 all going on.
If you have more than one kid, you have to split it up for the quarter things. It's a good catch.
That's a wonderful event that our art and music people put on. I enjoy going to it. It's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, could we
Would
move
we
our
have
meeting
those
time
meeting?
up? To 5 o'clock or something, and hope to be done by 6:30? We all have to
Post it
talk really
prior and
fast.
we- Would people be willing and able to do that?
Or 5:30, try to,
Yeah, I'd be fine.
It
going
is a
at
work
5:30.
session, so I feel like
No,
work
it's the-
session,
no,
or
it's the
regular
27th,
session, sorry,
sorry.
the regular sessions I feel like are always a little bit shorter meetings than our,
Selfishly, I'd like to move it up a half hour at least. I just saw something come through, so I was,
well, and I think as a board with a district event like that, I mean, if any of us can attend or things, I think that's setting. Would we be able to do 5:30 instead of 6?
And then listening session at 5
Then
then?
listening session at 5?
I'm okay with that.
March, does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ian? I'll make sure with Matt, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay, thanks for making us aware of that, Bruce. Okay, is there now a motion to adjourn into closed session of the board pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 1985 for consideration of employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility?
So move.
Is there a second?
second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we are now moving into closed session at 6:20.